A case in this section that we're going to discuss today is child abduction. And so if I give you a scenario whereby Dan and Lucy, both expats, are here in Dubai and they have a child of 5 years old called Sam. Now what happens if, for instance, Dan, say, works 6 months a year abroad in different areas of the world, and Dan and Lucy have an argument, and in a certain case he actually takes Sam, the child, with him to his next location, which could, say, be France, without the consent of Lucy.
You mean husband-child abduction?
Yes, and then we can do wife-child abduction.
Lucy has a right to apply for a travel ban, which she could get to the court within the same day, or by the next day at the latest, that prevents her husband from leaving the airport without getting her written approval. If it's the other case, her husband has the same rights. However, according to the UAE laws, her husband has the right to keep the passport in case of any potential dispute.
Does it make a difference that either the wife or husband are of different nationalities and living in the UAE?
The same applies to all nationalities.
How can a parent in any case prevent child abduction?
Well, first, the parties should try to resolve the matter, and if they fail to, both parties have the right to file an application for a travel ban to prevent the kids from leaving the country without their written consent until any dispute is settled.
What kind of period of time do they have to do that, to create a travel ban?
It's valid until the matter is settled.
Fantastic. In case of child abduction, what are the first legal steps that the husband or wife can do as soon as the child has been abducted? What can they do to seek legal help?
Consult a lawyer. Applying for a travel ban will be the best course of action. If the parent doesn't have the child's passport, he should at least make sure that he has the marriage certificate and copy of the passport, or at least the passport number. So getting the travel ban through using the passport number and marriage certificate will be much faster and easier.
And you mentioned the best thing to do would be to seek a lawyer straight away. Why would you advise this in terms of cases between family and children straight away? Why would you advise that?
The requirement to make sure the marriage certificate can be used in the court, if it's in English, has to be translated through the legal translation office. Then if it's from abroad, it has to be fully attested. Moreover, the travel ban would require a special application, which has to be done through the family courts. All of these, if it's done through a lawyer, would be much faster.
What if, say, the wife remarries? Could she still take custody of her children?
In general, the husband will have the right to apply for custody. However, the mother has the right to apply for keeping the custody on the basis of the best interest of the child. That will be up to judge discretionary power and full evidence of each party. Pleading has to be submitted by both parties. It is very common that the judge might request for a witness to see and seek where the child's best interest will be. The mother still has a chance to keep the child if she has a good case.
What happens if either the husband or the wife actually relocates out to the UAE, specifically for work, and the child is abducted? Would it be seen as child abduction, or would it just be a similar case to, say, Dan and Lucy here? Would it be automatically seen as child abduction?
In case of work?
Yes.
Relocation of the child in general shall be subject to custody and approval. Custody has to be given to the mother until a certain age in general. So relocation of the child without getting the mother's approval might not be accepted. However, the father has the right to apply for a special application to the court for relocation, or he has the right to request from the mother to follow him to the other country. If she refused, the mother could be raised by the judge, who would decide on the best decision, taking into consideration the child's best interest.
How old would the child have to be so that the mother or father still have the rights towards his or her own child?
In general, for boys, it's till 11 years old, and for girls until 13 years old. However, we don't consider this as a silent, and childhood still in some cases. The judge might maintain and keep the custody with the mother after this age if he believes that giving the child to the father would affect his best interests, or the judge might take custody from the mother before this age if the best interest of the child has been seriously affected or subject to any future effect.
Okay, so say if there's a situation and the parents couldn't actually come to an agreement, would the child's point of view be taken into account at any point?
If he's older than 7, yes, there's a potential chance to consider the child's point of view through a specialist, so the client who believes that he needs his child to be heard has the right to apply for a Dubai judge requesting his child to be listened to by a specialist, who would report back to the judge later indicating the child's point of view and why the child reached the conclusion that he wants to stay at one of the parents, and the recommendation of the specialist. All of this could be met through the official process of the court, and the judge most likely would consider such a report. To receive more informative videos from our channel, click the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Please feel free to like, share, or leave a comment or question which will be answered in our next videos.